Well, give credit to Georgia Southern for coming in here and doing what they did offensively. Defensively, it's an unacceptable performance by us. Yeah, we didn't give ourselves a chance with our offense. You know, our offense showed that they could move the ball and score points. And, you know, there's a few plays there which they had back. Obviously, trying to throw the ball away and throw a pick and drop the touchdown pass. But other than that, I mean, you put 31 up on the board. Could have been 48, but, you know, we didn't. But it's unacceptable to give up 69 points. And I know, again, give Georgia Southern credit. They've been an excellent offense, #1 rushing offense there is. But it's just unacceptable in this program.
This is the second time in 3 games that the defense has offered little resistance. What can you do to improve it for the remainder of the year?
Keep working. And keep working. Keep tinkering with schemes. Keep doing all we can, trying different personnel, different people. You know, I mean, we won't make any excuses. All we can do is go back to work. We'll go back to work tonight. As a staff, we'll go back in there tonight. We'll work, and we'll, you know, keep trying to give them something to see what they can execute.
Did you have any sense that this was coming?
No, not at all.
In the Arkansas State game, you had a vibe.
No, I didn't have any sense that this was coming. I knew that was a good offense, but, you know, you never envision not making a punt, you know, right before the half. I mean, I don't think they punted at all in the second half, and I don't think they punted at all. I mean, they did what they wanted to. So, I mean, we can evaluate. First, we'll evaluate ourselves as coaches, and then I'll evaluate the defensive staff, and then we'll evaluate the scheme, and then we'll evaluate our personnel, and we'll evaluate everything. Everything. And then start tonight.
Did this game sort of feel like the Air Force game in a sense where it seemed to go, since there was a huge contingency of Georgia Southern fans, more in the sense that did it sort of feel as if your team was in some way, shape, or form playing on the road, even though you were at home?
No, I thought we had I really respect the Georgia State fans for coming out. I thought they were loud and showed up pretty well today. And our team is very appreciative for the support that they gave us today. I didn't really pay much attention to the other side. You know, we just pay attention to our side and what we had to do. But again, it wasn't good enough. Yes.
Is there any indication on Joe's injury?
Not yet. He's got to get x-rays.
Coach, did the offensive penalties kind of get you guys out of a rhythm in the second half?
No, I mean, not really. What happened was there's so much pressure on the offense to score every single time you've got the ball. And Peyton Manning has a hard time doing that. He'll score most of the time, but every single time you get the football, you know, you have to score a touchdown. See, we start off, we go right down and get a field goal, but then they go right down and get a touchdown. So we're 4 down. Then we go score, then they go score, and then I don't remember, and we kept scoring, and they kept scoring, and then all of a sudden we have a turn and we're going down in position to score. We're trying to throw the ball away, and we throw a pick, so we lose our turn. So instead of continuing to be 3, because they missed an extra point, so instead of continuing to be 3 points down, now you're 10 points down. And then first drive of the second half, boom, now you're 17 down. And now it's, okay, we got to score every single time. And then you have a chance to, you miss a field goal, you drop a touchdown pass. I mean, we had a chance to put 48 points up on the board. And at some point, that needs to be enough, you know. And maybe I'm just old or whatever, but 31 points at home, you know, you'd like to think that you could play good enough defense to win a game when you score 31 at home. You know, but we left offenses not without blame. We left some points out there by dropping the touchdown pass, by turning the ball over. You know, and then at the end, you know, you turn the ball over and they get another touchdown. You know, I mean, everything becomes harder when you got to know that you got to go out and score every time. So that's a little bit too much pressure put on these young men. We have to start playing better defense, and again, it'll start with the evaluation process tonight, and we'll start evaluating the staff, we'll start evaluating the scheme, we'll start evaluating personnel, and everything that we do.
What goes into evaluating the staff and the scheme?
Just a lot of things. Donovan's he's played well all year long. I mean, he had a chance to have 5 touchdown passes. He had a chance to have 5 touchdown passes as a receiver in one game. He dropped the one, he popped his head, trying, he was wide open, he was trying to get into the end zone. He just popped his head. But, I mean, the kid had 11 receptions for 186 yards and 4 touchdowns. So that means, 1, Nick Arbuckle's doing a good job getting him the ball, and 2, our line was protecting him. We had a couple situations early, but, I thought that they protected well. As many times, we threw the ball 38 times. I don't know how many sacks there were. I don't remember many sacks. There were 0 sacks. He threw the ball 38 times. So the line was doing something right in the passing game. Receivers were doing something right. Nick was doing something right. Again, it's not putting up points is our problem. That's not our problem. And we went out last year and we fixed our offense through recruiting. And obviously, all the situations with the roster and how many you can sign. So we went out and made a great effort to fix our offense. We fixed it. Now we got to make a great effort to fix our defense.
How do you manage to keep the team focused for the rest of the season?
We won't have a problem with that. We've got good kids, good young kids that got embarrassed today. So, our coaches will have them focused. They'll go to App State and we'll play our tails off. I have no problem with, no doubt in my mind that they'll do that. They'll probably play the best they've played all year.
Just so I can provide the proper context, this evaluation process, do y'all do this after every game?
Yes. First thing I do after every game, win or lose, the first thing I do is I look in the mirror and evaluate myself. What did I do wrong? What did I do right? What can I do better? From everything, from the way we travel to what we eat to our scheme to what's called, everything. It falls on me first. So if you want to say anything, I evaluate myself first and the job that I did. And then I look at everything else. Everything. So I do that after every game, win or lose. Obviously, it will seem a lot more harsh because of defensively giving up 69. And there's nobody feels worse than those defensive coaches and defensive players. It's not like they're walking out here happy and, they know what happened. We don't have to, throw them under the bus or anything like that. I won't do that. If there's any issues with our team, schematically or anything, it's my responsibility, me first. So I evaluate me and what I'm doing wrong or what I'm doing right or what I need to change, what I need to do to fix. And so we will come back with a great plan next week, and our kids will work hard, and we'll go out and play the best football that we played all season long. There's no doubt in my mind. We don't have those type of kids. So if you think that we've got to worry about getting these kids back then, that's not it. They got beat by a really good football program. They got beat by a very good football program that go out and score a bunch of points. Didn't they score a lot of points at Georgia Tech? And they score a lot of points against a lot of teams. They're a very good football program that's won 6 national championships. That is a established program with great fan support. We're a building program with great people supporting our football program and young men that are learning. And some days, unfortunately, you have days like this, and it's our job as a coach to fix it, to give them credit.
Can you talk a little bit just about Nick's play or what played and what we're doing this season today?
I don't think Nick's played well. I mean, this kid's played his 8th Division I football game, and he's one of the top passers in the nation. I mean, I wish he knows he tried to throw the ball away, and a guy was getting knocked into him right when he released it. Kind of went up in the air. If he had it back, that would be the one. Because again, on offense right now, we can't lose a turn. When they get their turn and they score, we got to score on our turn. And if they score 69, then offensively, we're disappointed if we don't score 70. That's how we have to look at it. So I think Nick has played extremely well all year long. And I'm thrilled that he's our quarterback, and we've got him again for another year. And he will continue to play well the rest of the season. Our kids will respond and they'll play well the rest of the season. Whatever bodies we have to put out there, we'll play hard, play well, and represent our university the right way in the classroom, off the field, and on the field. Today, we didn't do so much on the field.
Are there any other injury updates you can share?
Keith Rucker got dinged. I don't know what the status is yet. They took him into the locker room. Joe Peterson, I don't think that there was anything else major today. But Rucker and Joe Peterson.
Thanks, Coach.
Rick? Yeah. Any questions you have, man? No. Not this week. That's
Next one here from Donovan Harden, school record, 4 touchdown catches, 1 ball, Sun Belt record, 11 receptions, ties in school record, and 186 receiving yards is also a school record. Question for Donovan.
After hearing all those school records, you can see the result of the game. How do you feel right now?
I mean, it's hard to get excited about it, especially when I dropped the 5th touchdown pass. That's really what I'm thinking about right now. But like I said, give Georgia Southern credit. Came out here to play, and I don't think we did.
You've had a pretty prolific 2 weeks here, and I know you've been dealing with a little bit of an injury also. What has happened these past 2 weeks? Kind of getting to
I'm just sticking to the scheme. You know, big thanks to the O-line, quarterback getting me the ball. So shoulder doesn't really hold me back too much. I try not to think about it, just like my knee surgery. I feel it from time to time, but for the most part, it doesn't hold me back at all.
Can you go through the touchdowns, just what the play was and what occurred?
There was I think 2 of them, they went cover 1, they went man, and basically I just went deep, felt like I could beat him with speed, and I did so. The other 2 was a back shoulder, and I stole from my quarterback, Nick. To be honest with you, sir, I really don't remember the last one. I just remember the one that I dropped. That's the one the keeper's playing in my head. But big thanks to Nick putting it on the dime, putting it on the money to give me a chance to make a play. So thanks to the O-line for giving him a chance to get rid of the ball. So it's not just me.
Did this feel like a rivalry team?
In the beginning it did, but it started to die off in the end. I liked the energy of the crowd. The dome actually was excited for once. Just can't wait to play them next year.
How can you guys bounce back after a game like this?
Just go back to the lab. You really just have to flush it, forget about it, and just keep working hard. I mean, something's going wrong, obviously, but we're going to figure it out. This team isn't a team that gives up. I love my team, I love my brothers, so I know we're going to get it together.
Anything else for Donovan? Representative Arbuckle. Nick?
Your coach said that there's pressure for you almost to score every single possession, but you individuals seem to be handling that pretty well. How do you make that contagious throughout the whole line?
It's something that we preach, every day throughout the week. Being able to finish our series and always get down and always be able to score a touchdown. And at the very least, you got to be able to flip the field position. You can't keep putting your defense in short fields. So you got to be able to pin them if you don't score. But we got to finish every series. We can't give the ball away, whether it be a turnover, whether it be a bad pass or a drop. We can't give up our possessions, and it is our job to score every time we're out in the field. Our defense did a good job of holding them to a punt, and so there was a series that Georgia Southern didn't score a touchdown, and so we should end up winning by 7 in the end. The offense did our job, and we did what we were supposed to do. So I put that on us.
Is this the start of a new rivalry? They call themselves the real GSU.
I mean, it felt like a rivalry. Definitely, you can feel the fans and what it's built up to be. They're a really good program. They've been around for a long time, and they're getting better every year. We're still establishing ourselves, and We got a great team with a lot of great athletes, and we're getting it together. And what we do, and when we finally find it, and we start clicking, offense and defense and special teams all together, we're gonna be a really dangerous team. We can compete with the teams like Georgia Southern and stuff. So I'm excited for next week. I'm excited for next season. I'm excited for where this team's gonna be headed.
Did the penalties early on the first two drives affect anything they were trying to do, false starts and things?
I mean, those things always kind of slow you down, especially when you get a big play, and then you either have a false start or a holding or any kind of penalty, because it ruins the momentum of the series, kind of pushes you back, and you got to regroup. And anytime you have 15 yards to go for a first down instead of 10, it's a big disadvantage for you because it takes away some of the things that you can do, whether it be a quick game, short passing, or be able to run the ball, because you have a lot more yards to go, and you have to be able to throw the ball down the field to get that. So it limits you what you can do play calling wise, and so we just got to cut those out. The false starts, I mean, that was on me. We're first sound offense. Our offensive line is waiting to hear my first word, and then they're going. And so when I'm trying to make a check, and I'm trying to calm down the offensive line and let them know I'm making a check, I just got to make sure my voice is soft. It doesn't sound anything like I'm saying go, or else they're going to go. And I was talking too loud. I was getting excited because of the crowd. So I kind of startled our offensive line a little bit, just enough to get us a false start.
Talking about Donovan and just the rapport you built with him over the last 2 weeks, 22 catches the last 2 weeks.
Well, I always, from the first week to this game, I've always just tried to find the guy that was open and get them the ball. These past 2 games, Donovan has managed to get open a lot of times. It has to do with the schemes that we're running and the schemes of defenses that we're going against. We faced a lot of man coverage these past 2 weeks against defenses that run a base nickel. And we felt that Donovan had a good matchup against whoever was man covering him. 3 of the touchdowns that he caught today were on plays that weren't called. It was something that we saw and we checked out of. I signaled to them a route that I wanted, that I thought could beat their coverage. One of the times Donovan, on one of his touchdowns, signaled me the route that he wanted. And I looked over at him, I was like, okay, and so I checked the play to whatever he wanted. So it's kind of a trust thing that we have between us. Always just trying to find a good matchup. And Donovan has had a really good matchup for these past 2 games.
You guys had a lot of success with deep balls this game. Did you want to throw the ball more rather than you guys didn't run as well today, but you had success with the deep ball. Did you want to throw the ball more? Were you content with the play calls for the game?
I mean, I have to, whatever the play call comes in, I have to make sure that I execute it to the best of my ability. Put yourself in their shoes as a defense. I mean, ever since fall camp, they were going against an offense in themselves that run the football and run it really well and don't pass it very much. So as a defense, that's what they practice doing a lot. They practice stopping the run. They practice going against their offense, which is the best running attack in NCAA right now. And so they've developed a pretty good run-stopping defense. I mean, they have to. They see it every single day. And so they were able to take away our run game. We were hoping that we outsized them a little bit, that we were going to be able to get them off the ball and create some seams for our running backs. But we realized that it wasn't happening. That's when we got into our 5 wide receiver sets and spread it out. We were able to execute our passing game really well. I stayed upright the entire game. I think that was the first time all season. And so, that's a big stride for us as a quarterback, as an offensive line. It gives them a lot of confidence. So hopefully we keep that rolling.